So in Unit 10, we're going to talk a little bit about graphing exponential functions. So typically when we looked at key points of graphs, we had just a set number of points. With exponential functions, it's going to be slightly different, where the key points of an exponential function, it's going to change depending on what the base of this exponent are. The x value of your key points are going to remain the same, -1, 0, and 1. But given an exponential function, y is equal a, let's get a to the x power, the key points, if we raise a to the -1 power, well, it takes the reciprocal of a, so we'll get 1 over a here. Anything to the 0 power will always be 1. And then anything to the first power will just give us a to the first power, just gives us a. So these are the key points of any exponential function with base a. All right, so we're going to look at two different functions, one where the base is a whole number and one where the base is a fraction. So we can see the base of this exponential function is 2. What that tells us about our key points, again, -1, 0, and 1 are going to be our x values of our key points. 2 to the -1 power, we take the reciprocal and we get 1/2. Any 2 to the 0 power is 1, and 2 to the first power is 2. So if I look at this and we graph these points, we're going to have -1, 1/2, 0, 1, and 1, 2. And an exponential function has this kind of upward swooping shape to it. Now, a base exponential function will also have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. So there is an asymptote at y equals 0. Let's look at another example, which is 1/2 to the x power. So 1/2 to the x power, the base of this one is now 1/2. Let's think about our key points. -1, 0, and 1 are going to still be our x values. Now, if I take 1/2 and we raise it to the -1 power, what that's going to do is that's going to flip this fraction over, and the reciprocal of 1/2 gives me 2. Any 1/2 to the 0 power is 1, and 1/2 to the first power is 1/2. Let's take a look at what this graph looks like. All right, so this one, we have -1, 2, 0, 1, and 1, 1/2. This one swoops downwards. Again, though, we still have that horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. So whether it's fractional or exponential, that 0, 1 is always going to be a key point. What happens on either side is dependent on whether your base is a whole number or a fraction. In the next video, we're going to take a look at some shifts of graphs based on our exponential function. We'll get some key points, and then we'll start transforming these.